Hi, I'm Darren, and welcome to my second long-form video. This time we're featuring a wintry holiday boba drink, also known as bubble tea. We have a gingerbread soy milk slush with brown sugar and honey boba pearls and marshmallow fluff topping. We'll start off by making the boba pearls. We start with a little water and some brown sugar, heating it lightly until the sugar has fully dissolved. Next, we add some tapioca flour. I bought some different brands of tapioca flour and I found that the one you need to use is the one that's like flour with no rocky clumps or it won't turn out right. After mixing some in, we'll add some more tapioca flour. It works best when the mixture is still hot and warm. You may need to adjust with some more flour or water depending on the consistency. Just a pinch at a time to adjust it. Here, I'm adding some more water. Now we're going to knead this into a dough. You can adjust as necessary with more flour or more water, but the texture should turn out slightly damp and not sticky at all. I don't work with flour much and it took me several attempts before I got the consistency right. It should be elastic and pliable. After we've formed it into a dough, we'll take pieces of it and roll it out into little round sticks. Then we'll cut these sticks into smaller pieces and eventually shape them into boba pearls. While this is happening, I'll talk about my inspiration for this project. I originally wanted to do something with gingerbread cookies and I had ideas of making s'mores at first or a marshmallow snowman, but the logistics behind marshmallow shaping turned out to be far more than I could handle in the time that I had. Then I thought, why not make a boba drink because I love boba so much? So I began conceptualizing the parts. I wanted to do a peppermint flavored boba, but I wasn't able to find any peppermint candies or peppermint syrup nearby, and I tried using Altoid mints, but those ended up tasting weird. The boba pearls are done now, so we'll begin making the marshmallow fluff topping. We only need one egg white, but since I have such a huge stand mixer, I had to use 2 whites so they would get mixed properly. We'll mix them until they form soft peaks, which is around the time when they won't move around in the bowl, as you'll see in just a moment. Next we'll make the sugar syrup to mix in with the egg whites. We'll heat up some sugar and a bit of water, just enough so the sugar can dissolve completely. For the syrup, you don't want to reduce it too much or heat it too high or the sugars will crystallize later. Then we'll add the syrup little by little into the beaten egg whites until it forms marshmallow fluff. By the way, I had some extra whipping cream left over, so I decided to make whipped cream out of it and I tried using it as a topping. It worked just fine as well in another test, but of course for this project we're going to do something a little more elaborate. While adding the syrup, it can get a bit messy as you see the sides of the bowl. We have to be careful with the way we drop the syrup into the egg whites so we're not dropping it onto the active whisk, which would fling the syrup around the sides and potentially splash outside as well. This happened to me in one of my earlier trials. Eventually we get to this nice fluffy texture. So fluffy I'm gonna die! Now to make the gingerbread syrup that flavors the soy milk slush. I'm adding 1 part brown sugar and 1 part water, some fresh ginger, a cinnamon stick, allspice berries, and ground clove. We'll put this on medium-low heat to reduce it down until it's a little more syrupy. Once it's done, I'll transfer the liquid to a bowl, leaving out all of the solid pieces. Almost done now. Just need to cook the boba pearls, then we can assemble the drink after. I add some brown sugar and plenty of water, also some honey. I let it boil before putting in the boba pearls. We'll need to stir occasionally so the boba doesn't settle or clump and get misshapen. The heat is set to medium-high for about 30 minutes so we can cook the pearls. After the 30 minutes, more or less depending on the chewiness you desire, you can dunk it in an ice bath. Here I'm just adding ice water to the pot. You see how it instantly turns translucent as it cools? Then I transfer the boba pearls into a separate bowl. Note how the boba is a golden color. The typical boba pearls you see are black, probably because of food coloring or lots of brown sugar added. Here I have some soy milk that I froze beforehand. I found that it was better to freeze the soy milk itself to use as ice cubes instead of actual ice so that it wouldn't taste diluted. I don't really like milk teas too much, but you can totally add some black tea to turn this into a milk tea slush. We'll also add the gingerbread syrup from earlier and then blend it until it's smooth. Finally, we can assemble it. I have a glass here and we'll start with the boba on the bottom. Then we'll add the gingerbread soy milk slush. And finally, the marshmallow fluff topping. Voila, the finished product. Let's have a taste now, shall we? Tastes like the holidays. I wouldn't be surprised if a boba place copied my idea for next year. Please like my video and comment what is your favorite food to eat during the holidays, or maybe you have an idea for what I should make next. Also subscribe and turn on notifications to see what I'm making next time. Thanks for watching.